What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Gravity620, but you can call me Gravity now. Thank you so much for TV Psionic Aftermath for allowing me to be. For allowing me to do this for you. We have Baby Gravity here as well. He's a reoccurring person on the stream, as well as he's my son, so he likes to hang out. Hopefully everything goes pretty well today. Got a best of 9 series. Let me actually on second here, and we'll get into this first match and see how everything lines up here. I know. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, there we go. Sweet. Sweet, we're getting it all set up here. There we go. Cool. There we go. Alright, cool. Let's get into it, guys. Let's see what happens here in this sweet action. Alright. Well, oh, there it is. I found it. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Sweet. There we go. Cool. Let's get into it, guys. Sorry about that. Trying to work out all the kinks here. There we go. Cool. Music. Oh, so good. Alright, guys. In the top left, in the red, it is KauP. And in the bottom right, in the blue, it is Light. Alrighty, so TVP, always a good matchup. I always love watching it. So far, we do have a Reaper expand coming out from KauP. From KauP, Bada Boop, Bada Beep, however you want to pronounce it. We are having it down. There we go. Oh, so good. Okay. Alright, so gonna have some stalkers coming out here from Light as he's going into the Twilight Council. So definitely looking to go into maybe a blink pressure. This map is really nice. You can blink in here into the main. You can blink over here. You can blink up here. You can really blink just about anywhere. Gonna have some Marines with the old mine into starport, so looking to do some mine drops here from our Terran player. Reaper's going to come in, sees that there is a stalker there, and that stalker is going to push us back for the time being. And everything's looking so far so good from both sides. Actually getting an adept as well behind this. already looking to put a little bit of pressure on, and I like this coming out from Light. Just wants to put the pressure on, make sure that his opponent doesn't get too far ahead, as well as he makes sure, hey, and knows that, hey, I am here, I am ready to attack. Stalkers are going to come in here and going to start warning this away as that Twilight Council is seen and sees that there is that blink started and getting through. Going to be able to take out that Reaper as well. So going to deny any more mining time here. Adept though getting a couple of kills. Actually only one kill and almost gets that second mule. So not too bad. There we go. Alright, so behind this we are going to have some starport action with the Cloak Banshee. Oh, what the heck was that? Alright, and then going to get into tanks as well as some marines here, so looking to, you know, kind of work up pretty nice. I like that he has the mine. That's really going to help him out here in this situation. If like any oracles or anything comes, as well as it can kind of spot whenever these stalkers do come, so that's going to help them out so much. Going into the robotics facility behind this as well, and that's going to be pretty nice. A little bit of lag coming out, but we should be okay. At least on our end, we're okay. 10 seconds to blink, and we have a marine down. He's actually just kind of waddling back and forth, and I like this. Looks like he's just trying to make sure that there's no kind of craziness into it. And especially seeing that Twilight Council, he knows that there is that possibility of blink on the way. Barely misses the Banshee, and this is going to come in. Should be able to get at least a couple of probe kills. There's really not a whole lot of defense at home. I don't think he's actually saw the Banshee either. He's going to come in here with the Banshee, and like I said, get a couple of kills here. And Stalker's going to blink forward, going to take that out, and just as the Observer arrives. So very well done. Behind this, more factories. Barracks are on the way. And so far, I mean, both sides doing pretty well. You know, getting a couple of kills. I would say that Protoss is doing a little bit better as far as money-wise. He's going to add on a second robotics facility behind this, going into disruptors. Oh, man. Got to blink forward here. He's going to actually stim or cloak up, but that's not going to be able to actually be taken care of because good thing there are observers. Looks like an attack is going to come in here. Going to pull back is KauP as just kind of scouts forward, sees that the blink stalkers are there, so everything's looking pretty crazy. Oh yeah, like this. And with that Raven, this is going to be nice. Ravens just do so well. They're able to use that anti-armor missile and just shut things down. Really give a little bit of an advantage to KauP. But we'll see how this goes. Those disruptors can be the game changer here if KauP does not spread his units quick enough. Now, he hasn't seen that this is coming, yet he doesn't know that there are disruptors. So he might be thrown off here. That pylon going to show up, just kind of help with reinforcements here. Does see that the stalkers are coming. It's going to start preparing, but those tanks are sieged up. Should be in an okay position here. Disruptors just kind of hanging out, just trying to make sure. Going to come in with the disruptor balls and start taking out those tanks, and this is just a very nice kind of unsieging. Oh! Getting some good hits there. And now with 3, this is going to be really tough. Going to take out the bunker as well as any Marines trying to survive in there. The Raven's trying to get a good shot off, but if it goes out too far, he's actually going to lose that, and that is kind of a key thing right now. Oh, getting some really nice hits here with those disruptor balls. It's not able to really kind of do too much. Going to shut down a couple of them with that Raven, but still there's a couple of disruptors left, and just going to demolish all of that. Blinking forward with the stalkers. The tank's going to go down. The medevacs, the Marines, as well as the Ravens. And now KauP is actually up against the ropes. Disruptor ball's going to come in, just going to start demolishing everything in sight here. Blinking forward, going to get that third base as well. as possibly this natural, and this is just not looking good right now for KauP. Blinking with those disruptor shots, just so good. Trying to pick him up, trying to do what damage he can. Oh, what a nice pickup. This is just not looking good for KauP. He's got to try to find a way, but GG will be called. KauP's going to take the victory there for his team. For himself in this best of 9 series, so GG. There we go. Sweet. Let me fix that real quick. Oh, come on. Gosh dang it. Alrighty. There we go. So GG's. I gotta get a new camera. It's starting to mess up on me. But nonetheless, get it taken care of. Let's try this real quick. It's not gonna let me. Ah, that's so unfortunate. There we go. Okay. So it's gonna be a little pixelated, but nonetheless, that should be alright. So 1-0 is gonna go to Light so far. Everything's looking pretty grand. Now, going into the next map here on Acid Plant. It's going to be interesting to see how our two players collide on this. Definitely is a nice map for Terry. You can have a lot of good sieging spots and all of that. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Alrighty, let's get into it, guys, and let's see who will take the victory here in our next match. There we go. Alrighty, guys, in the top left on Acid Plant, in the red, he is KauP. And in the bottom right, in the blue, is Lights. Right, so Light off to a pretty good start with that nice kind of pressure that he was putting on there. Nice little blink stalker with those disruptors. Just was able to shut things down. And losing so much from those banshees, just not getting too much done either. Was really nice, able to, you know, kind of pull ahead and just did not have the army to really deal with this blink stalker. So coming into this next one, blink obviously is not the best, at least trying to blink into like the bases and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing there. If they do, if he goes for the same kind of thing, I'd be interested in seeing that. But probably some charge, maybe do some Archon drops or something. Be really nice. Natural gonna go down here for KauP, just really trying to make sure he gets that economic advantage, and gonna have an expansion as well from Light. So both players really just kind of macroing up, just trying to get the minerals going, as well as, you know, kind of build into what they want to actually do, which we'll see here. Second barracks does go down, so it looks like we might have a 2 or 3 racks on our hands, which is definitely potent and very strong here. Alright, let's wait and kind of see what Light chooses to go with. Going with the Adept, so looks like he might actually be going for some kind of gateway play, or Stargate play. Should be pretty nice. All that good stuff here. Reaper's gonna come in, gonna see, you know, one gate, a couple of probes, start trying to attack, and now with that Adept out, he is gonna be having to leave here. Adept gonna be chasing just a little bit. Oh, can he get it? Oh, okay, he gets away for the time being. Trying to chase away, trying to see where everything's at, but luckily the Reaper does survive. He's gonna heal up. Everything's gonna be pretty good. Gonna go into Twilight Council once again here. Looking to do the same kind of build, it looks like, or maybe he will go into Glaive to Depths. But no, he's going into Blink yet again. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. Gonna shade in here, gonna start trying to get some work done on these mules. And oh, does end up going down here, but is able to actually see what his opponent's doing for the most part here. So looks like maybe looks like a 16 Marine drop gonna be coming out here from KauP. Definitely I like it, but with the blink it's gonna be really hard for him to actually have to pull this off, right? If he can get in without being spotted, that would be really nice to be able to drop in, get some damage done, and he might sacrifice his units, or he might be able to get out depending. But with those stalkers, they can just blink right on top of those medevacs, shut that down completely. So very interesting indeed. I like this too from KauP. He's got his Marines kind of split up, so if there ends up being some Stargate play, he can actually, you know, have the units there to defend. So very nice, just like little key things, instead of just having them focused in one area, just kind of spreading them out. You really utilizing them. Blink almost done now, 10 seconds away. Some more gateways are going to be added on here, so we should be seeing some disruptors coming out from this, and really looking to amp up some pressure here. Drops are on the way as a third base is coming down for Light. Light really just trying to macro up, and like I said, just really trying to get some stuff going. Stem almost done now. Actually, okay, never mind. I freaked myself out there. I thought he got scouted, but that was his own units. Gonna drop here at the third base location, and probably gonna stem in, but there's no third base to be had. So looks like he might actually have to go into the natural. As the stalkers start making their way across, Scan sees that there is no units here. Gonna try to force a recall here, which he will get. Probes have been pulled as the recall comes through. The Marines getting quite a bit of drone kills, or probe kills there. Looking pretty good as starts making his way home. Marines really just can't go right into this, so he's having to be careful, having to make sure that he doesn't just lose all these. And so far, pretty good here from KauP. A little bit better than last time. It went a little bit better than I expected. Definitely was able to catch those stalkers off guard, and to get that observer was really nice as well. So overall, not too bad. Looking like KauP's going to come over here to the third location base now, and going to put some pressure on. He's got those tanks, he's got the Marines with +1 and the combat shields being done. This army's looking pretty good from KauP. Now if he can get this done before charge or anything gets done, should be okay. Gonna have a couple warp in here. Stalkers gonna try to spread out, blinking back as these tanks set up, and this third base location isn't a tough spot. These Marines just gonna be too powerful, and with the power of those siege tanks to back them up, these stalkers are gonna have their work cut out for them. Now he does have charge, he has disruptors coming out, which eventually will be able to kind of help clean this up. But getting that third base is gonna be so crucial right now for KauP. Behind this, we do have the third base done, getting that orbital, as we have a drop coming in on the other side. So KauP just trying to you know, put some pressure at the front, keep him distracted as he moves around. Gonna try to you know, really kind of multi-prong this Protoss army. I think that's really key of what he needs to do. He's going to be careful, though, that he doesn't just clump his units up, especially with those disruptors out now. Alright, so more units just on their way, as a couple of units do drop over here on the 3rd. So it looks like he might try to sandwich this army, and I think that will be really nice, especially with charge being done with the blink stalkers as well. They're going to come over here, try to take another 3rd base location. He's got to get some army going. Oh no, this disruptor's left behind. The Marine's going to be able to pick it up and pick up the 2nd one here. This is huge right now for KauP, as Light going to blink in, and with his charge, going to finally, you know, get on top of this army and take that out. But that was really nice for KauP, able to get that, able to keep that count low. At the same time, we do have another attack, though, coming in here from KauP. Going to go in here into the natural and start working on these probes. And this is really nice, just trying to pull this army out of position. Oh no, he still has Marauder left as well. Trying to get on top of these disruptors, trying to get those back down, but does not look like that's really going to help him out too much here. Eventually we'll get taken out. But KauP just looking so much better this game than last time. Just really was caught unaware the first game. Looking pretty good so far. And this, he still has a pretty good army. Observer, able to see everything, knows that there is an attack on the way, and just really trying to set up, spread his units out, make sure that he doesn't take too much damage this time from his opponent. Stalkers making their way across here, and doesn't look like his disruptors are slowly probably following around. They decided to take the other way. Disruptors coming all together, gonna start checking in. There are a lot of tanks, a lot of units here gonna blink back as disruptors start wailing away at this army. Does see exactly everything that there is to see at the time with that scan. Sees that the army is there. Gonna go on to the 3rd base, but the tanks able to be just in range of the stalkers. Nice kind of hold there so far. Those disruptors, though, trying to find some damage. But now with the tanks out and sieged up like this, it's going to be really tough for him to actually kind of break this. Going to warp in some charge, or some stalkers, an adept, and a sentry over here. Oh, I guess he didn't. Oh man, disruptor shots for days. Everything looking pretty grand. Actually get a recall as there is an attack here in the natural. Getting 21 probe kills, and that is nothing to scoff at. Only 18 probes here left for our Protoss. Trying to make sure that there are no extra bases, but that is a lot of disruptors. God, there's so many disruptors. 18 probes. Really, he's not going to be able to reinforce this army, so every stalker, every disruptor is so crucial right now. And if he can continue to do this damage, continue to really attack into this, he's going to be in a phenomenal position. Oh. Just barely is not able to get that. Another pickup here as he tries to go around. Does have the sensor tower, so able to see. Oh, nice pickup there on those tanks. Actually doesn't sacrifice too much here. Already back to 24 probes and going up here. GG will be called though, and KauP gonna take the victory there and gonna be able to get the 2nd win there. There we go. GG. There we go. Oh yes. Oh yes. All right, so 1-1 now. Everything looking pretty good so far. Both players playing out strong now. I'm wondering, because of how well KauP did that, if we do see Light. There we go. There we go. If we do see Light, you know, change up his style, or if he does continue to go with that Blink Stalker kind of style. Hi. Hi. Alrighty, third game is in progress. Should be pretty good here on our 16-bit map. Let's see what goes on. Oh yes, oh yes. Oh, I've been. There we go. Cool. Alright, so there we go. Alrighty, in the bottom left, in the red, it's the Terran player known as KauP. KauP. And in the top right, 16-bit playing Protoss, it is Light. Alright. Already gonna have some cheesiness coming out here from KauP. Gonna go with that hidden barracks. Now I'm wondering if he will go for a second one, do like a double Reaper or something like that. Should be pretty interesting. There we go. Behind this light, just traveling around, he does actually spot this, so gonna be able to you know, really kind of prepare and defend this off. First Reaper is on the way though. And what's Light do behind this? I mean, he's not in, I guess, too much pressure now that he knows what's going on. Factory at home here for KauP. KauP. Ba-da-ba. And all that good stuff. Reaper's going to come in here. It's going to start scouting around, trying to find out what is going on. And the probe's going to be pulled. Actually gets a nice hit there on that Zealot. And oh, perfect surround there from Light. Going to shut down that Reaper. And that is just beautiful. He only loses, I think, one Reaper. Or one probe. So not too bad. Behind this we do have some Hellions. So let's starport coming down. So it looks like after the second Reaper, KauP is done. He says, okay, you know what? I cannot do any more damage. And so he is going to get out of here. Going to go across. Go home. Go home. Go home. There we go. Alright, so Reaper just trying to scout around, see exactly what's going on. Just trying to get in, maybe get a probe kill, maybe deny an expansion to say the least. So, Stalker's coming out. Finally, an expansion coming down here for Light. There we go. So, looking to, almost in a sense, seems like he's trying to do the same thing. He is delaying that Twilight Council a little bit. So, maybe trying to throw that off, but other than that, I mean, he's doing basically the same thing. He is delayed a little bit just because of that early pressure, of the early, like, Reaper kind of pressure. Alright. Hellion does get in here, though. Gets 8 kills. 9 kills. Wow. I think he had 2. Or no, 3. Okay. So very nice. They're able to get in, get some probe kills, and that's really what KauP wants to do. He wants to keep that probe count low. Wants to make sure that when he does these, he's not going to be able to get too much done. Now, the medevac does come in here, but doesn't have anything with it. So it looks like it was just a decoy medevac, As we do have a Liberator coming here onto the natural, but already there are some Stalkers here, so we should be able to actually get that squared away here. Got a siege up here onto the natural. The Stalker's gonna be right underneath it though. Does get a couple of Stalker kills. Oh, just gets one, almost gets a second one, and all of that. So far, I mean, pretty neck and neck from both sides. Both players losing a good amount of resources here. Alright, so KauP actually losing, kind of changing his strategy up a little bit. He's got a couple of Cyclones, he's got some Marines going, and then just now he's starting to get some tanks out. So we'll be able to actually start sieging up, but we do have Blink, we do have those Disruptors coming out. And it looks like Light still going to go for that same build. Thinking maybe they'll work a little bit better on this map, and it's got to be careful because just with all of the ledges, with all of the nice tank spots that are on this map, it's going to have a tough time. Alright, so we're going to have two tanks, or two Cyclones it looks like, sorry, making their way across here for KauP, as we have a Zealot kind of scouting around, going to come over here to the good old eye. We'll actually see it though, so very nice. They take out the ye old gateway unit of Zealots. Now, he knows he's been spotted, he knows he's got to do something, but I almost feel like he still could have dropped there. Still got some damage done. We do got the Stalkers making their way across though, trying to find exactly where they need to attack here. Just making sure that there's no open areas. He's going to attack into the natural, and well, this is technically the third base now, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess now that the Stalkers and stuff are going to the natural, he'll have a little bit better chance of it. The probes are going to come over here. He's going to drop the Cyclones right on top of these probes. He's got to pick up. He's got to make sure he gets out of here before those Cyclones, or the Disruptors get there, before those. Oh, very nice. Able to get the medevac with one of the Cyclones for pretty much free, and then able to get that second one. So very nice pick up there from our Protoss player. That puts him in a pretty good position. Definitely not like a OP, like I'm winning everything kind of way, but he is able to have a little bit more leeway. He doesn't have to worry about that extra pressure necessarily, so very nicely done there. And Marine just kind of scouting around, and like I said, just really looking to see exactly what he can do, what needs to be done. But still, that Disruptor force is getting pretty big now. Everything's looking pretty good here for Protoss. Alrighty, so I like this from Light this time. He's actually kind of saving up. He's trying to build a big force before just starting to throw units away. And this is a little bit different from last time. He's not just, you know, rallying everything across and then just trying to get some stuff. So this is going to be nice, especially with like the tanks and stuff. But I'm worried that he's just not going to be able to get to the tanks. I mean, definitely he'll be able to take out, you know, the depots and stuff like that. But I guess if he blinks on top of this, he should be okay. That is a lot of tanks. So many Stalkers are just getting demolished right now. And at the same time, we did have an attack here on the other side. Looks like a couple of stalkers will actually get picked off as well. And this is looking good for KauP now. Just really has this impeccable timing of actually dropping right as, you know, his opponent's moving out. He has enough tanks at home and just sieges up and makes sure that he doesn't lose too much, you know. Still, tank was doing damage, doing some work there. So, very nicely done there from our Terran player. Alright, so both sides kind of evening out now. We do have a fourth base on the way here for our Protoss player Light. He is looking to just macro up a little bit more. Try to get some more of those units, but still going into just stalkers. And he needs to do something else. He really needs to maybe get some oracles, maybe some void rays or something, or even if he could get a couple of DTs or something in somehow. Yeah, he's got so many turrets and stuff. So, I mean, if he could get in, yeah, with some phoenixes, maybe even some like oracles or something, he could definitely do a pretty good job here. Maybe even counter some of this army. But with as many tanks as there are, and with those liberators, this is just going to be a near impossible thing to like try to siege out of. Alright, so it looks like KauP ready to get in here. He's got +2 done. He's going to come in here, blinks, stalkers, coming forward. Liberator's going to siege up as well as the tanks. Everything looking pretty good though. And just like that, going to back up for the time being as like get some more units going, trying to get some more leverage, trying to find a way around these tanks. And it looks like this army is going to be left behind. Disruptors though in the back. Just gotta be careful though. Alright, so KauP just trying to find a way that he wants to go, around this, scanning around, trying to see where this army's at, and just making sure he doesn't get caught unaware and get some disruptor shots to the face here. Alrighty, so sieging up with the liberators. Marines gonna move back here. Oh man, those zealots just melting to the tank fire, to those liberator shots. One liberator does go down here. Disruptor shot's gonna go off as well, and this is just kind of a cat and mouse right now. But KauP definitely in a very good position right now as it stands. Try to blink on top of this army. Zealots are going to get on top of it. Going to get a couple of tanks for their worth. Oh, big hit. And that is going to put a tough dent here on KauP. Very beautiful disruptor shots. And that's exactly what Light needs. He needs to get those disruptor shots. He needs to land some big ones and really just kind of catch this army unaware. A lot of these Marines and stuff are just so low. Gonna blink on top with the Zealots and with those Stalkers. Just gonna demolish this army, and now Light looking in a very good position, but at the same time we do have an attack of Liberators over here into the third base. Just not gonna be able to get too much done at the time. Stalkers are going to blink forward. Going to start working on these, but not at the cost of a couple of Stalkers here. Oh. So able to get a couple, but still in a tough position here for our Terran player. He does have a couple more command centers on the way, so looking to continue to expand. He's going full on Liberator mode. Going to try to continue to put on the pressure here. Limit how much resources are available here. Another Liberator. Gonna try to get into the main, but not gonna be able to happen. These Liberators gonna finally eventually fall once again. And this is exactly what, KauP is trying to do. He's trying to, force out these units, Trying to pick up some probes, maybe get a couple of stalkers. Just like hovering around there, man. That is just funny. Not able to be seen there. And once again, some more liberators. Another liberator gonna try going to the main once again. And you know, every time he forces these pro pulls, he's just kidding himself full in the head. Light, though, doing a pretty good job of defending now. He's got his units out in place and just really trying to make sure that, you know, he can get on top of these before they get too much done. But with Liberator range, I believe, done now, it's going to make it really tough for him to actually have to deal with some of these. Man, Light just in a really tough spot right now. He's trying to move out, but every time he does, it seems like he keeps getting picked back up and just really having to be forced to stay at home. But KauP really has the income. He can just kind of throw these units out and not have to worry too much about it. Looks like he is going to push in for his final push here. If he can break this, this is going to be really nice. Zealots, Stalkers gonna come in here. Liberator's gonna siege up here, as well as the tanks linking forward with those Stalkers. The Disruptors, though, in the back. Tanks trying to move forward, as well as with those Liberators starting to siege up on this spot. And this is a really tough position for Light to have to be in. He's giving it his all, but oh man. So Nexus does go down, and it looks like it's gonna start sieging up here onto the 4th base. Liberators for days. You get on here, and this is gonna be probably the final battle here. Disruptors going off, though, not gonna be enough, and the Stalker is gonna be forced back, and GG will be called. Excuse me, and KauP going to take the 2nd victory there for him in this best of 9 series. Alright. GG's. There we go. There we go. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh. Alright, get in here for our next game. Alright. I'm going to be right back, guys. I'm going to get him settled real quick. And then we'll have some more StarCraft games. So we should be right back. Thank you, guys. Alright, sorry about that. We'll get into the next one here, guys. We'll see if KauP can continue on to his victory run here. Let's see what goes on. Alrighty, guys. There we go. Alright, so in the bottom right, in the blue, it is the Protons player. It is Lights. And in the top right, Darkness Sanctuary, the Terran player, currently up 2-1. It is KauP. Alright, so very interesting builds coming out so far from both sides. Looks like once again, Light just kind of going for the same thing. And it's really kind of scary because KauP has just figured this out so well and just is able to counter this so much. He knows he can, you know, just get some tanks, get some Marines, and all of that stuff. And everything is looking pretty good. So so far, pretty good. Now, these Hellions are going to come in here, and with the Reaper, going to try to get a couple of kills. But like I said, KauP just has this figured out at this point. He knows he can get some, you know, some Liberators, some tanks, get some Marauders. Just make sure that he's spread out, and he's in a pretty good position. He can drop, he can harass, he can do what he needs to, and still everything can be a-okay. Now, he's continuing this pressure. He's able to still get a few kills, but at this point, only 7 kills for, well, 4 Aliens, a Reaper, and a Zealot, or a Marine. So overall, I guess not too bad, but this is really nice. KauP kind of changing it up just a little bit. Looks like he might try to finish it a little bit early here. He's going to go with the 3 racks in with the factory and really just start kind of pressuring this up. Looking good. Now KauP kind of in the spot where he's just going to look around. He's just going to try to put a little bit of pressure on, but not really looking to commit, right? He's really trying to build up this force in the back with stim, with possibly concussive shells, and really just try to get this all settled down. Nexus does go down as well. And Stalker's going to see this, going to blink on top of this, and going to shut this down. And now KauP kind of in a tough position where he can't really keep doing that. And already we see him transitioning into basically like a 16 Marine drop. But he is going to incorporate these Marauders and just start putting on some pressure. He is kind of supply blocked at the moment, so that is hurting him just a little bit. Adding on a couple. Blink almost done, and a 3rd base on the way here for Light. So Light in a pretty good spot. I mean, he's not in like a game-winning, like, oh my goodness, I got this kind of way. But as it goes, with all the pressure that he's gone through, he's still, excuse me, he's still ahead in workers. And, you know, he's got his 3rd base going up. So as long as he can keep this up, he should be pretty good. We do have the Marines, the Marauders on their way as Stim is finishing up here. And scanning forward, gonna see not really a whole lot in here. Gonna come in here and sees that the blink is done. Probes have been pulled. Gonna try to get us around here on this army, but does not look like that's gonna happen. KauP going for those probes, just trying to make sure that he not get too much. And eventually that will get taken out. Only 5 probes, and that was just not worth it for KauP. I mean, behind this he does have some more Marines. He's got tanks. He's got, you know, his medevacs and stuff on the way. So everything, you know, trying to line up here, but he just cannot keep throwing units out, especially not getting too much damage done. So 3rd base does go down now for KauP, and he's looking to really kind of put on the pressure here.
Light gonna try to put some pressure on now, but with these Marauders here, just gonna stem forward and start demolishing a lot of this. He doesn't have concussive shells yet, so he can't really just like slow these down. But with stim, he's able to pretty much keep up with them, so looking pretty good. We are going to have a robotics bay come down as well as the forge, so it looks like he will start trying to amp up. But will we see disruptors once again? I mean, he gets a couple of good shots off, but then in the end he really kind of starts falling down from that. Like once KauP gets like enough tanks and liberators, those disruptors just don't do much, you know. Maybe he gets a couple lucky shots, maybe he can clear up some of the tanks, but with the liberators and stuff, he's just not able to really get too much done. So he's really got to try to find a way out through this. Nice Stalker Force is going to make its way across. If he can get on top of this and catch those tanks off guard, he might be able to get, you know, something happen here. Marines are going to stem forward as well as those Marauders. Going to force the Protoss back here, and now with concussive shell done, going to start slowing a lot of these units down. And that's going to set this up for a very nice attack. 3 tanks and also a Marauder Marine combo. Definitely very interesting. Oh, nice. Actually going to blink on top of these tanks. He's going to be tucking those out. This is exactly what he needed here. Light's going to be able to clean this up as well as take his 4th. This is exactly what he needed. He's going to start on his back attack here. There's just not a whole lot at home right now for KauP. So if he can get on top of this and settle in before more tanks come out, before they can get, you know, more of these units going, this could set Light up for a very nice attack here. They try to come in here onto the 4th, but nothing is there just yet. The Marauder's going to stem across, and with this Disruptor Ball now, it is going to be insane. A couple of probe kills, or SCV kills, do happen as the Marauders and stuff try to stem across. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to help too much, so he is going to try to settle around, try to figure out what's going on here. Very nice. Able to get one of the medevacs. Looking to try to get that second one. Doesn't think it will happen. He's doing a pretty good job here, actually. You know, blinking on top of these. He's going to be able to clean this up. But at the same time, this is giving him an opportunity to actually get some tanks out and really try to put some pressure on. Third base is over now and looking to be mined out. Starting to mine through. Now, if you're Light, what do you do? Do you go? Do you continue to try to attack? Do you try to hold back? Looks like a drop will try to come in here onto the 3rd, but already the Stalkers and Zealots aren't in the ready, so we'll not be able to do anything from that. Alright, so Light gonna come in here with the Zealots and with the Stalkers. Tanks are in position, so he can't just willy-nilly it, but he could potentially maybe blink into the main. We'll have to see what he does here. Gonna get on top of this. Oh! A couple of shots there. Nothing too drastic, but is able to kind of limit this army just a little bit. Looks like he's trying to rotate himself around here. Trying to get on top of these tanks. Those tanks just free shotting though on all of this. Zealots are going to come in here. Going to get on top of a lot of these SCVs, and we'll get, you know, 6, not too bad. Alright, so Zealots and Stalkers gonna try to get on top of this, but now with 4 tanks out, this is just gonna be very, very difficult for Light to deal with. He's gonna send his disruptor shots up, gonna be taken out without any trouble, and now KauP in an okay position. Definitely not fully winning yet, but is in definitely a place to kind of turtle up, get his units and go. But it looks like we are going to have a bunch of Zealots coming in here onto the 3rd as the distraction goes. More and more tanks are coming out, trying to leap forward. Going to be able to clear up all of those SCVs, so looks pretty good, but will force Light to kind of fall back. Even though he has the numbers right now, he just does not have the units. The thing that is going for him though is KauP's medevacs are just out of energy. They don't have really the energy to heal, So every stem that he gets is just, you know, hurting his units more and more here, to where he can't really to res out of them. Tank's gonna siege up once again, as well as some sensor towers. This is looking really nice. Alright, so we're going to have a little bit of a drop here. As Light does come in here, he sees that his opportunity is prime. Going to come in with the charge lots, with the Blink Stalkers. Going to be able to take out all of these tanks and get on top of these SCVs. At the same time, the third base will go down here on both sides. Well, on Light's side, going to come in here, going to get on top of the tanks once more. And this is really going to force a recall or something from Light. KauP, though, losing so many of his units, and now he is in trouble. Gonna force back after he gets that natural kill, and gonna defend this, and now Light is in a phenomenal position here. Gonna finally throw this back, and now there is a fourth base down for KauP, so he should be okay. Blink Stalker's gonna go around. GG gonna be called, and Light gonna take the victory. Gonna tie it up 2-2. Everything's looking pretty good so far. Alright. GG's. So, as we get into the next one here, I will be right back. Gotta make a bottle real quick for the little guy. And all of that. Emily, I see. Or Sun Lily, SC2 says, "You are really brave to cast while looking after the little guy." Hee. Yeah, definitely. He's usually pretty good. But right now he is getting a little hungry. And all of that, so let me make him a bottle real quick while we get into the next game, and then he'll be feeding and sleeping in no time, so I'll be right back. Thank you guys so much as we get into this and continue to watch and all that good stuff. So we'll be right back, see who takes the next victory on Red Shift. Looks like they have the wrong map. So, looks like we're going to be getting back into it here. Which is good. We're not going to miss any of the action. Get the music off. Oh, there we go. Alright. In the bottom left, on a red shift, it is the Terran player known as KauP. And in the top left, in the blue, it is Light. Alright, so it looks like we are going to have a little bit of cheesy play once again coming out from KauP. It's going to go with the barracks here at the end. And we're going to have a probe coming out to scout here for our Protoss. Doesn't look like he will be able to see it this time, though. Coming in with the probe, seeing that there's no barracks, should be kind of spotted on of, hey, you don't got nothing here. What's it at? So, there we go. Barracks is now done. Looks like the SCV is going to make its way up here to the top. There we go. It's going to be able to see, okay, you haven't taken your expansion yet. It's possible he's taken the gold. So let's go see what's going on here. He's going to come in here, sees, you know, everything is as it seems. There's no kind of like factory or cannon rush going on or anything like that. Gonna have the first Reaper come out, as well as the second Reaper gonna come and make its way here. Reaper's gonna come in, gonna start making his moves here. Light trying to get a good surround here on these Reapers. But as the second Reaper gets ready to pop out, if he can keep this alive long enough, he might be able to get a little bit of damage done maybe. Ooh, I like this. Behind this, we are going to have some good old Cyclones. There we go. And it looks like he's ready. He's done. He's just trying to get, you know, a little bit quicker, maybe put a little bit more pressure on with the Reapers. Try to catch him off guard just a little bit, but overall, not doing too bad. Reapers will eventually go down and leave. Or maybe they'll just hang out for a little bit. They're like, you know what, we got invited to the party. Should be good. We'll just hang out for a little bit. Nothing to worry about. But with the two Stalkers and the Zealot, we shouldn't see too much more being done here. He eventually does actually leave with those. Looks like he has another... Oh, his Cyclone gonna come in around. Gonna try to put some pressure on. Maybe even get a deny here on this natural, but 3 Stalkers gonna come over and just gonna, you know, push it back for the time being. So it looks pretty good, but now he's kind of in the spot where the Reaper's gonna start trying to get some damage done, and then have that Cyclone come through. But looks like he's gonna shut it down for just the time being. Gonna get a Liberator, and you know, maybe behind this get some medevacs and just kind of start like doing some drop play. I think it'd be really nice, and especially on this map, you can do some kind of like really quick timings on that. Yeah, he's got the 2 medevacs. Or the medevac with 2. Oh my goodness. The medevac with 2 Cyclones coming. He's going to be able to drop that and should be able to get some damage done.
But I don't know. With the Immortal... Oh, man. He's actually changing it up. He's going into an Immortal. What is this? There we go. It's okay. I'm gonna get this hair off your face. Okay. There we go. Alright, so third base is down now. Alright, well, technically it's the natural. Gonna get that gold base. We're gonna start trying to amp up some of that income, which is gonna be really nice for him, actually, I think. Stalkers are gonna make their way across here, as we do have a Widow Mine. Ooh, I like this. Alright, so gonna try to come in here and try to get some damage done. Just actually gonna drop this right on top of those stalkers. If he would have went into the main and just dropped there, he might have been alright. Looks like Robotics Bay is gonna go down with Blink. And is he gonna continue into the Immortal production, or will he actually switch it up here? Very interesting. Not really able to get too much done, so KauP gonna, you know, kind of fly home for the time being. Behind this light is getting that Blink upgrade, just now getting ready to finish. Looks like he might try to put on a little bit of an attack. He's got the observers out, so he doesn't have to really worry about the Widow Mines any. But he will be able to actually blink into the gold base here. That'd be pretty nice. Ooh, that would be a perfect opportunity to actually just blink in there instead of going back and then just really forcing his opponent to have to like fly back over. So far, not too bad. Looks like he is going to go back into Disruptors, so trying to throw off with that initial Immortal, but now it's not going to be able to really get too much done. And come in with the Marines, with the Cyclones, but there are a lot of Stalkers here. Oh, trying to sneak in a Disruptor shot. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. I don't know, there's quite a bit of Stalkers here. He could potentially take that out, but doesn't look like he's going to choose to do that. Now they're just kind of back and forth on both sides. Just trying to pick up all these loose ends. Ooh, nice Disruptor shots. Gonna clean out a good chunk of that army and blinking forward into this gold base. Really gonna force some repairs here. Also those Cyclones, or the Marauders and the tank. Really nice job there from Light. Just able to pick up on a few of those units. Now if he can get on top of these tanks and really kind of limit that, he should be okay. There we go. Oh yes, oh yes. Alright, so gonna get the cancel there on the third here from Light. And you can pick up, move around. Though we're gonna have some disruptors. Gonna have a little bit of an army here, trying to put some pressure on here onto the natural. Very nice, blinking forward, and there are quite a few tanks. But if he can get on top of these before they siege up, this can be huge. Doesn't look like he's gonna be able to get on top of them, but these tanks are gonna siege on. Gonna start locking on top of these big hits there. Let's get one. Trying to get some more of these, but with those tanks on the high ground, he's just not able to get too much done. There are so many tanks here. There's so much going on. He's going to start sieging these up as well. There we go. He's trying to get on top of these, but just barely out of reach. Those tanks just able to lay siege to those disruptors. He's only got a few stalkers. Trying to get the natural there, he does. And now, trying to pick up some of those. Doesn't siege the tanks. It looks like he's going to start moving forward here. And this can get kind of deadly here for our Protoss. Ooh, going to pick up a couple of tanks. Going to set him aside. Knows that this is going to be coming around here. I'm just trying to make sure he sieges up here. More Zealots. Stalkers as well as those disruptors making their way across and looking to just really kind of put some pressure on here. With those tanks now, he's going to slowly start sieging his way across. There's just not a lot he's going to be able to do with this. Blinking forward with those stalkers, with the Zealots coming forward, those disruptors sitting in the back. Looks like he's going to clear out a good chunk of these tanks. And that is exactly what Light needs here. I mean, he's in a fairly decent position, but he is down in upgrades. And that has a little bit of an effect here, but with those tanks, just doing too much. There we go. Alright, so Light kind of sitting back, trying to macro up, trying to get some more things going. He's got trying to get those forges up to get his upgrades going. And really, he just does not have a whole lot of economy at this time. I mean, he does have the gold base, which he's trying to mine from, but he just doesn't have a whole lot of units here. Nice disruptor shot's going to go across. Going to start laying siege on these. He's got to be careful with these tanks sitting in the background. Just getting off free shots, taking out a good chunk of these units here. Third base is back down here, and we do have the disruptor down as well. This is really interesting here. He's gonna move his units out instead of just going forward. Looks like he might try to put some pressure on somewhere else, or maybe he's just slowly trying to work his way up, really force an engagement here from the Protoss. But he's got to do something, right? Protoss is in an okay position. He's got enough stalkers that if he needs to, he could probably get on top of there. Nice disruptor shot. And take out a good chunk of those Marines as these tanks make their way across. Disruptor ball is going to go across. Going to take out a good couple of those tanks. Oh. Very nice. Finally, looks like he is going to strike here. The Stalker's going to blink forward, get on top of these tanks. As the Zealots charge towards the Marines, Disruptor is going to start shooting off towards there. And this is just looking really good right now for our Protoss player. He's got enough that he can really kind of supply back behind this. But he's just trying to be really cautious, but he could literally just blink on top of those and he would be A-okay. Let's have the observer out. He sees that there are a few tanks there. Looks like he's going to try to blink on top of these. Going to come on top of that. Zealots are going to charge, but he keeps backing up, keeps getting these free shots where he could just slowly get on top of him and, you know, kill this. More zealots are on the way as more tanks are emerging. But the thing is like, I don't know. With these liberators coming out, that might be the game changer that KauP needs. So it's trying to come in for a run by, but doesn't look like that's going to happen with the planetary fortress there. Looking to see if there's any other bases, but does not look like that is going to be the case. Does take a fourth base of his own though, is Light. Can try to get something done here, but as this goes on, this is just giving KauP just a little bit more time to get back into this. So it looks like KauP is ready. He's going to start going on to the third here. Going to siege up his tanks, going to be able to take that out, and now both players back on 3 bases. And KauP is on 2-2, so his units are able to do a little bit more damage, but those disruptor shots are just so potent. Looks like he's ready to go in for a drop here. He's going to start dropping in onto the third, gonna start making his way up into the main. There's just so many freaking tanks, man. Oh no. So now we can get +2 done. Oh, +2 gonna get canceled here. You might get the armor. But with all these tanks here, this is gonna be devastating. And with all these probes just going over here, this is not looking good right now. Light trying to figure out where he wants to go, but he's actually kind of put himself into a little bit of a pickle. He's got some adepts, so he's going to start shading on top of these tanks. Tanks taking each other out. That's really going to help him out. Oh no. Stalker's going to blink forward. The Zealot's ringing around, and just like that, going to be able to clean that up. And now Light is in a very good position here. Going to get on top of this fourth base. Now third is KauP, but that is not going to be enough here. It looks like he might just have to tap out in the end. KauP is in the lead, but I don't know. This army, though, from Light is looking pretty good, and he is going to be able to catch us off guard potentially. Maybe even force a base trade situation if necessary. Come on top of it. The tanks aren't sieged up, so if he can get on top of those big disruptor shots, he needs to blink forward, and he does. He gets on top of those tanks, needs to take them out, which he does. The Zealot's going to start heading into this, charging forward as blinking into those medevacs. Going to get on top of the reinforcements here. And will this actually force a comeback here from KauP? Light going to continue to go in here. Going to go into the main as well. Both players just really need to get damage done. And with these disruptors, with the Zealots, just going to start taking out all the production here. KauP trying to find exactly where he wants to go in the situation. He's trying to take out all the probes, take out these bases. This is just looking really scary right now for both sides. A little bit behind now as Light just taking care of business, but we can't just attack this on directly. Light looking pretty good right now. The only thing saving them right now, KauP, is actually this planetary fortress. But with this disruptors, he should be able to get on here, get on top of all of these SEVs. And that is just going to be something really tough to have to deal with here. A couple Marines and a Marauder are going to start trying to work on the pylons, as well as with this you know, third base here. Gonna try to get something going, but the thing right now is Light cannot resupply what he has. So if he loses some units, he's not going to be able to really do too much here. Each unit for both sides is just so important right now. Very nice. Actually, you're going to be able to get a lot of that. Going to actually make his move here onto the planetary fortress. Going to take that out. And this is going to spell disaster for KauP. He's only got one base now. Up by the Protoss. I don't think it's really been scouted, but really it is anybody's game at this point. Protoss just has so much. Gonna be able to take those tanks. Gonna recall. Gonna be able to throw this back, and looks like this is Light's game to win here. Ooh, this is important right here. Actually gets a couple of those medevacs full of units. And this is just looking really good right now. Gonna come in, gonna stop this little bit of harassment. And that is all KauP has. He has no units. GG will be called. Gonna take the victory there and gonna tie it up. There we go. GG's. Right, there we go. Alright, cool. So let's get into it, guys. Let's see what ends up happening in this next one here. Let's see, will Light be able to secure his win? Or will KauP come back? Let's find out. Shall we, guys? Let's find out. You want to find out, Xander? Let's find out. Here we go. Oh, so good. There we go. Alrighty, guys, in the bottom right, in the red, playing as the Terran Pieces, he is known as KauP. And in the top left, on Dreamcatcher, in the blue, playing Protoss, it is Light. Right, so this map really fun to watch. Sometimes it's even funner to play. It definitely opens up drop possibilities. Now we haven't seen any drop play coming out from Light, so maybe we see him change things up. see him get a little crazy. Maybe getting some Stargate tech. Maybe even do some Archon drops. Now, the Disruptor thing's kind of been off and on for him this whole game. So will he actually continue on with that stuff? And will he be able to pull that off still? You see all the lights? Alright, so so far looking pretty standard from both sides. Getting the Reaper, going into an expansion here and getting that additional barrack. So we may see a 16 Marine drop coming out from KauP. It's definitely something that's standard and something that he likes to do, and really is good on this map. So Nexus down. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty normal. Looks basically the same as what we have been seeing. Twilight Council gonna come down, and this map is good for blinking, and we'll probably see him go into that blink disruptor play. Definitely is fun to watch, and if we see another game like that, it should be pretty interesting. Alright, so Depth's gonna shade in, gonna try to get a couple of kills here. Does not actually get any kills, I don't think. Nope. So loses the Adept for free. That's not a good start. It's definitely not what you want to start off doing. So looks pretty good. My son trying to poop, as all little babies do. There we go. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. And Reaper, not going to be able to really get anything done, but he is going to be able to survive. Maybe try to get in for another scout and sacrifice himself. So we'll see how that goes. Marines are gearing up though for the attack. He's got Stim on the way as well as Blink on the way here for Light. Everything looking pretty good so far. It's going to be interesting because if Light does decide to move out as KauP goes in, it's going to be interesting to see that. But oh, got some ninja proxied gateways, and that might be the difference here in this fight. You might see it say, oh okay, you've only got a couple, how are you supplying all these? And he's gonna be like, well, I got some hidden gateways over here. So alright, medevac's almost done now. Stim as well, almost done. And looks like our first mod are gonna be on the way as well. Looks like he's just gonna go across instead of actually attacking head on here. Kind of wasting a little bit of a stim. I think he only stemmed one though. Or no, he stemmed two. Oh man, this is really bad for KauP. Light gonna be on top of all these Marines with the Blink Stalkers. Gonna be able to clean that up fairly well. He's trying to get through, but cannot. Oh man, that is hilarious. Oh, that is hilarious. Able to get one kill there. Craziness. Warp gate is done. Looks like he's gonna start morphing in some more units here and gonna get on top of this, and there's just not a whole lot here for KauP. Gonna blink back here with those stalkers, getting quite a bit of kills here. He's gotta be careful. A lot of his units are pretty low, but with this additional warp into stalkers, this might just be GG here for our Terran player. Gonna blink forward here, gonna get the tank. Probes have been, or the SCVs have been pulled. Trying to pull these units back and blink back just a little bit here, but does not look like that's going to help out in
the slightest. And this is looking really good with an additional warp-in coming in here from our Protoss player. This is just looking really good for him right now. So, trying to get like a little bit more proxy going on, but with the addition of these Zealots and these Stalkers, might have a little bit of tough time here, but with enough medevacs and trying to keep out of the tank range, we should be okay. Once again, pulling the SCVs, and with this factory, or the additional orbital, should be okay here. Definitely is really nice though, because Light is keeping the repairs going and also keeping the SCV count lower. So really trying to get on top of this. Only one tank, gonna siege up once again on top of this, and really kind of forcing Light back now. And now, you know, he's got to rethink his strategy. He's got to come in from another angle. Maybe even if he can get on top of this main here. I don't know if he can actually link up there or not.
There we go. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh man. There's buildings everywhere here for Light. Trying to make sure that they're all proxied. That they aren't seen here. Behind this, just more and more units. I imagine we will see some disruptors pretty soon, but still, overall, not too bad. Scans do go down out here for KauP. Just kind of seeing exactly what his opponent's doing. Again, that freaking that Marine, man, cracks me up. The one Marine to kill them all. One Marine to kill them all. It's nice. Just kind of getting up on Zealots and Stalkers, getting additional gateways, and really, I mean, he just does not have the income to really support all of these warp gates. He is trying to warp in as much as he can, but doesn't look like that's going to be too good. There we go. Finally, he is able to see in there, able to kill that off. And looks like he might be able to catch us off guard. Gumbling forward, get a couple of these medevacs. Really going to help limit the potential here. But there are just so many Marines, so many Marauders making their way across. And with the tanks sieging up and all of that, this is just not a very good one. Finally, these do get scouted here. They'll be able to get taken out here as the Terran army does make his way across, sieging up and, you know, starting to push in onto this third base. Oh. Everybody does siege up, but he is able to blink on top of it. Zealots are going to make their way in. The charge. Try to get some distractions going on here. One of the tanks almost does go down here once the rocks begin to crumble. Huh. There's so many like breakable rock places on this map. Nice little warp in as Zealots trying to get some damage done, but not able to do it. And now KauP in a very good position. Able to, you know, do some damage here. He's not overextending, but I do feel like he could do some drops. I think it'd be really smart, and because these units aren't out of position, definitely get some damage done, force a recall, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen here. Disruptors and the Stalkers will make their way across here. Going to try to tear down some of the rocks. Oh yeah, those tanks just barely out of range.
Little reaction. Gonna come out here. Disruptor ball. Gonna come out. Gonna get a couple of good shots here. And really kind of zone out this army for the time being. Same time we do have Zealots as well. And it looks like gonna blink back. Just trying to make sure he doesn't overextend here, but he definitely could have got on top of those tanks. Let's get one of them down. Disruptor ball gonna come across. As well as some Zealots charging in, just trying to get as much damage as he can done. Very nice. And I like this from Protoss. He's really just trying to send in some Zealots, trying to distract the army for long enough to get in there with the Blink Stalkers, with those Disruptors. Start trying to work down these tanks, but now with the Liberators out, it's going to be really hard to move on this position. He's got the sensor tower, so he's going to be able to start getting on here. Still getting some kills, but man, this is just looking really tough, really rough right now for our Protoss player. He does have 4 bases, which is nice, so he's able to kind of supply this. But KauP is really holding this position pretty well. He's trying to get some more tanks. He's trying to really start, pulling out on this. I like this what he's doing. He's just like shading in a couple of depths, getting the splash damage there from those tanks. Just really trying to limit this, and this is making that look really nice. Alright, so Stalker's just warping in, and he's just continuing on with this pressure, but we do have the gravitational range, just that Liberator range, so he's got so many Liberators. Currently sitting at 8 Liberators just sieged up on this one spot. It's intense. I mean, if you're the Protoss, what do you do in this spot? I mean, you're floating quite a bit of minerals. Not really a whole lot of gas. Like, I guess he could probably get some more gas going, but re-sieging, gonna get on top of here, and those Liberators just gonna be able to really kind of make their way in. Now we're just kind of at this stalemate to seeing who will overextend first, as well as who might be able to do like a little bit more damage. Yeah, just make one Void Ray, right? Well, Light definitely is not a player that likes to go Stargate or any other thing but Stalker, Zealot, Disruptor. So. Oh, nice. He's going to get the gold base as well. Alright, so slowly starting to move up with the Liberators, and this is where KauP gets really scary. He's just able to get those Liberators to start slowly sieging forward and just really start working on the Protoss here. So this might be his game. Light just able to do so much damage right now. Just like with these Liberators being taken out, he can start slowly moving forward. And he's really kind of keeping the army back, but I don't know, as more and more of these Liberators come out, making 3 at a time, this is just getting too intense. 11 Liberators are out on the map, and all of them are like right here. And now begins a slow push towards Light's base as he sieges up, moves forward. Very nice. Able to get a couple of Liberators, but every time he gets a couple down, a couple are replaced. It's really kind of hurting him. I don't know. So many Liberator shots. So man, KauP is really starting to spread out his wings here with his Liberators. Really just trying to make sure he takes the map. Instead of using creep like a Zerg player, he's using Liberator range. And just slowly starting to push towards his opponent. As well as keeping a defensive position. He's got more Liberators on the way. He's got more Marines. And also more command centers. So looking to kind of expand. Now, with Light being on this gold base, it's helping him out a little bit, but like I said, he doesn't really have any gas income. So he's not really able to make those big units. I'm going to blink forward on top of this Liberator, take that out with ease. Make sure that, you know, he doesn't do too much damage to himself. Finally, he's going to get on top of this yellow base. And the gold base going to force a recall here. Zealots, the Stalkers, going to get on top of everything with the Disruptors. Going to be able to clear that out, and that is very nice here for KauP. Will he be able to kind of capitalize on that? Or will he just kind of sit back, allow them... Oh! There we go. I accidentally pushed the wrong button there. Trying to get more Liberators going through, but... Oh man, finally he is get some Tempest. Finally going into Stargate, and this is exactly what he needs. I mean, he needs something to counter those tanks, to counter those Liberators, without having to sacrifice a whole bunch of ground units. And this might be exactly what the Doctor ordered. There's not really any turrets, because he hasn't really had to worry about anything like that. But this could be exactly what he needs. He's just got to hold off for a little bit, try to make sure that he can keep this going. He does lose one of those bases, and finally, with getting some gas going, it's going to put him in a really good spot here. Going to go into an Oracle behind this as well. And oh man, what is this? Did we have someone take over for Light? Zealots, Stalkers gonna come in here, get on top of this third base here, or fourth base, but not gonna be able to. Gonna force himself back here. Liberators are sieging up, and now with the Tempest, he's gonna have to sit back, try to get some damage done, and just really take this all out. They need to call this like the you got balls comp or something, because you got Disruptor balls, you got the Tempest balls, and then you just got Stalkers. Nice. Revelate being used as well. He doesn't really have the energy to do any damage per se, and because there are so much like Liberators, he can't really do too much. But already we see a switch into Vikings, and this is just gonna be a long, drawn-out battle here. Finally, a second Tempest does arrive. That's going to help him out a little bit, but with the Vikings coming into play now, it's going to make it a little bit harder, a little bit tougher to have to deal with. Yeah. Finally, he's going to start making his way across the map. KauP gonna just like slowly start seizing up as he moves forward, trying to catch this off guard. Knows that he has an advantage here. He can just go across, he can start seizing up, really start trying to put some pressure on. And there's just not a whole lot here because of how much minerals that Light is actually investing into these Tempests. He just doesn't have the money to put into really anything else. So Stalker's trying to get on top of this. Does have a couple of good kills with the Stalker, but with the Marines and stuff pulling back, it's gonna make it really tough. Now, it would be so OP if like Tempest's like Fire Blast like that was like how Liberators are, where it like hits multiple targets or whatever. It was like a little blast or something. Be intense. Oracle gonna use Revelate on this army. Will eventually fall, and looks like he's gonna start trying to push into this, but at the same time it does get one of those command centers. But there's just so much force here. Light just really doesn't have anything to really go against this. He's gonna try to do an attack of his own while this army is across the map, but he's gonna sacrifice his own bases for this. And with battle cruisers coming into the mix now, this is just a crazy matchup. Both players fighting tooth and nail, but 22 probes have gone down. GG will be called, and KauP gonna take the victory. Gonna be able to tie it back up. There we go. So GG's. GG's. Oh, there we go. Lost and Found gonna be the next map here. Oh. All right, so map number 7 on the way. Alrighty, let's get into it. Let's see what will happen. Will we see more Stargate tech? Or what? In the bottom left on Lost and Found. He's the Red Terran player. It is KauP. And
in the top right, in the blue, playing Protoss, he is Light. Blinded by the line, wrapped up like a StarCraft 2 player. Alright, so gonna have a good old Reaper, more than likely coming out here from KauP. I'm gonna try to get some splainings done, and we should see Light going into either an Adept or Stalker first. We'll just kind of have to sit back and see what he does after this. Light gonna go with an expansion. We're gonna have the Reaper out from KauP as the SCV from KauP gonna go cross. Is he gonna try to do like a hidden expansion maybe? Maybe interesting. Alright, so Reaper's just going around trying to scout if there are any proxies, but from what we see there are none. We're going to go with an Adept first into the Twilight Council, so it looks like he is going to go into that Blink Stalker once again. It's been working for him all game, so might as well go for it once again. Dep will be able to push the Reaper away. And all lost and found, we do have quite a bit of areas, especially for siege tanks, to potentially go up on. So maybe we'll see some of that, since we do like seeing some tanks and stuff from KauP. So, gonna have Stim on the way here for our 10 player. Gonna go into a 3. This might be a pressure build that he really wants to try to get on. If he can, you know, shut down Protoss early, he'll be in a way better position. The Adept is going to shade into the natural, not really going to get any kills, and will be taken out there with those Marines. So, it is kind of nice because he does slow down the production just a little bit. But overall, he didn't get enough done for it to really be fully going on. So Cell barriers does go down, so he's going to be protected against any kind of attacks. And more gateways. Alright, so third base coming down for Light. Everything's looking pretty good. Robo facility going down. And Reaper's going to come in. He's going to scout once again that this is going on. But nice pick up there. Using those probes to, close that down, to shut that down. There we go. There we go. Alright, so big attack coming across here is KauP. He's got Stim done. He's got concussive shells. +1. And combat shield. This is looking really nice right now. Gonna be able to get the deny here on the 3rd. Oh! Just barely survives. 64 HP. Wow. Overall KauP. Didn't get the damage done they really wanted to. Used up a lot of units. He still has some in the back, but he was really setting up this attack. He was really trying to do some pressure. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna have another attack coming across here from KauP. Light, in a pretty defensible position at the time being. He can recall if he needs to. He's got additional gateways on the way as well as the fort, so he's going to be able to start his upgrades, which is really going to be crucial in these fights. Stimming in is the Marines. Marauders of KauP. Going to try to get on top of a lot of these probes at the same time. He's going to attack the 3rd. But already there are stalkers there, so he shouldn't get too much done here. 9 kills though of probes do go down, so I mean it was a little bit of effective, but I don't know if necessarily it was exactly what he needed there. Still ahead in workers. Looks like we are going to have a little bit of an counter attack coming across here from our Protoss player. Looking to get on top of this before tanks can get out, before they really have a defensible position here. Blink is done, so he can essentially blink on top of this. Waiting for those zealots to come around. Zealots going to move forward with charge. So we're going on top of this, trying to get all of those medevacs as well. This is just looking pretty good. He's going to continue to put this aggression on. He's got to be careful with this tank just in range here. Not going to be able to really do too much now. He's got to kind of regroup himself, make sure he doesn't just lose everything here. Right. Zealot's going to charge in here with those stalkers. Trying to get in there, but because of that tank on the high ground, he can't really just like full force get on this army. Trying to pull them back. He might try to engage this, but there are a lot of marauders in this army. Man. So far, so good from both sides. Stalker's trying to give chase to these medevacs. He knows there's units in there. He wants them to start trying to get low one. Oh, he's finally barely able to get out of there. Big pickup there. Oh my goodness. Stay calm. A tank in the background. Second tank on the way. He could potentially blink on top of it, but he's got to be careful. This is when getting a observer is so important. Alright, so Light doing a pretty good job. Really playing a defensive position here as
Our Terran player starts moving up. He starts getting additional command centers and all of that, and more weapons coming in as well. This time, though, +2 is done here for Light, while KauP is still on 1. Light in a very good position right now. He's got 4 bases going strong. He's got his weapons going in as well. Disruptors are on the way. Gonna get on top of this. Zealots charging in, as well as those stalkers should be able to blink in. He has forced himself to have to pull back just a little bit, but able to get some kills. Wow, it's kind of a heads up right now. Alright, so Zealots, Stalkers just kind of sitting back. Marines are going to pull forward here, stemming in. Light going to start pulling forward here. But he's got to be careful. Once he gets into the range here of those tanks, that's when he starts doing a lot of damage to himself. But if he can get on top of it, shut those down, he'll be in a really good position here. And now with those disruptors coming in, if he can land some solid shots here, he should be okay. Both tanks are unsieged here. He's going to be able to get in here, blink on in. Does lose his opportunity there, but still able to get some damage done. Going to force himself back. A lot of his units are getting low, but right now a lot of it is just shields. He can sit back. Can't get on top of it. Marines trying to go around. Going to charge in here with the blink as well. Going to take out those tanks, and now there's nothing really here to defend. He does have quite a few Marauders and Marines, so potentially there is the damage there, but with these Disruptor Balls coming in, really kind of forcing KauP's hand here. Disruptor shots hitting, making some great points here. Blinking back is the Protoss as well, and looks like he is starting to pull ahead here. There aren't any tanks to really deal with this at the moment. Just one tank has popped now, and so now Light in a phenomenal position right now. Amazing disruptor shots. Let me clear a good chunk of this up. One disruptor does go down, but the tank's out of control. This disruptor in the background just trying to play defensively here. Fifth base down as well for our Protoss. And this is just looking pretty good. We'll get the second one, but GG will be called. Light gonna take the victory. And is on match points. So GG. Light just one win away from winning the whole thing. Will he be able to do it?
Protoss in the top left, fighting for his life. It is the Red Terran player. It is KauP. And in the bottom right, on match point, will he take it home, or will he have to fight for his right to party? It is the blue Protoss player known as Light. Alrighty, so in this potential last match, does Light change it up? Does he play cheesy? Does he try to just end it, or does he go into the long game? Does he do the same thing he has been doing the whole series? The thing that seems like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it just seems like there's nothing that can happen. So that puts pressure on to the barracks, but doesn't look like it's gonna be able to get anything done. Gonna have the Reaper for our Terran player, and behind this we got an expansion. We got the gateways, and we got Psionic cores, so looking pretty good. Nice little delay there. Alright, so as these form, already seeing a little bit of a difference, not going with the standard kind of marine double racks kind of style that KauP has been going with. He's going to go straight into a factory. He's got the reactor with that, so looks like he's going to try to maybe do some Cyclone play, maybe even some Hellion play. We'll just kind of have to wait and see exactly what he does once that gets done, which we've seen in these games. He's done a pretty good job. He's done a pretty good job of using those Hellions to, do a lot. Yeah, a little cheese. It's like, I'll cheese you. I'll cheese you! I'm a cheesy Protoss! Here's my cheese! So, not going to be able to get too much done. He's going to try to come in for a scout, but with the Adept out and with the Stalker, shouldn't get too much done. Is going to actually go home. So, going to have the mines. Also looks like maybe a starport. So, are we going to see a Widow mine drop? That would be really nice, actually. Able to get the Adept, which is going to be nice. It's going to delay a lot of scouting potential, as well as we see that blink on the way for our Protoss. So, everything looking pretty good. Additional gateways are on the way, so it looks like he is going to start ramping up. Going to get those Stalkers, those Zealots with charge, as well as the Disruptors. Should be pretty good. We are going to actually have a nice Banshee with Cloak coming out here from our Terran player. And with the barracks, pumping out those Marines, and now potentially some more of those juicy tanks. Should be pretty good. Reaper still alive, trying to get in, trying to get a little bit of scouting damage, but with these three Stalkers, not going to be able to get in. Going to be forced to pull back here. He might have to try suiciding it once it gets full to get a full scout without having to really waste any scans, but we'll have to see exactly what he does there. As well as we do have that robotics facility down, so first tank does pop out, so we will be able to be a little bit more defensive, be able to start building that up, as well as that eBay is now coming down. So looking to start getting those upgrades, as well as still try to put on some pressure. We got the first Banshee on the way here, waiting for Cloak to finish, which it just did. Is he going to wait for two of those? Let's see. Maybe he forgot. I forgot it. So maybe he's just going to kind of sit back for a moment. But really, he could get some damage done. I mean, there are quite a few Stalkers, so he has the potential to come in to get some damage done. But, third base is down now for our Protoss player. Terran's gonna look, see, okay, you got your third. I can come in here with a scan, or with cloak, sorry. I'm gonna be able to start working on some of these probes. Additional gateways are down, but gonna force a recall here from our opponent. That's weird. Eventually gonna be able to make its way out unscathed, unadulterated. Command centers are down. It looks like with the Ravens, with the tanks, and the Marines, gonna start making his way across here. Really start sieging up, putting on that pressure, and really start trying to push into this. It's gonna be really nice, especially if you can get onto this third. If you can get sieged up on it, it's gonna be really tough for Protoss to have to deal with. Banshees cloaking themselves out here. Gonna scan forward, sees that there's nothing there at the time being. Gonna be able to start getting on top of this. If he can get those tanks sieged up, he should be in an okay position. Looks like he is. Raven is now out. Gonna be able to kind of sit back with that. And if they overextend, he can definitely put on a little bit of a show for him. Get that anti-armor missile going. Depth's gonna shade in to these tanks. Be able to get cleared up there, but a lot of those tanks are low as well as the Marines. There's no medevacs to kind of heal with this, so he's not really able to, you know, heal from the damage of his own doing. Nice. 4 kills so far, 5. He might get a 6th one. Yep, he does get a 6th one for 1 Banshee. 7 actually. It's very nicely done there. Gonna force a lot of this back and was able to clean up a lot of that. And now KauP looking in a good position. He's in an okay position. He's got a good amount of workers. Doesn't really have a whole lot of army, even though he is ahead. Stalkers are going to try to blink in here. Not going to be able to really get too much done, so we'll be forced back. Now that third base taken once again here for our Protoss player as he's trying to gear up for some macro plays, trying to get those disruptors out. Really starting to look like he could get something done here. Nice scans are going out. Tanks gonna start rolling forward. Now, if Protoss can catch these tanks on siege, that is like the perfect spots for him. Oh wow, he actually gets the disruptor. Not going to be able to have that in this fight. Going to force the Protoss back here as the Marines stem forward. The tanks following behind. Yeah, finally be able to siege up here with the Raven as well. Finally, he does have a disruptor. Not going to be able to get it done, but GG will be called. And we are going to go into a Game 9. What a series this has been so far. It's been such a long one, but such a good one as well. Baby Grab approves. Last map, gonna be on Lost and Found. Alright. In the top right hand corner on Lost and Found. In the red, it is the Terran player. He is KauP. And in the bottom left, in the blue, playing Protoss, he is Light. Shining like a light. Alright, so what a series it has been. It has come down to this last one on Lost and Found. Who will take the victory? Will it be Light, or will KauP be able to take it all? Now, we've seen kind of the same styles from both sides. We've seen a lot of back and forth, a lot of great plays, a lot of smart thinking, but will we see some craziness? Will Light try to put it on the line, try to play that cheesiness style that he has not played, try to play something other than just disruptors? Yeah, probably not, but we will see some great games from it. Gonna have an expansion come down from Light, as well as an expansion come out from KauP here after he gets that Reaper going. So everything looking pretty normal, pretty standard so far. Light definitely not a cheesy Protoss, even though he might throw some cheese on the ground. He might throw some cheddar cheese. Looking pretty good. Gonna have KauP come across here with his SUV, chasing down this probe. And gonna be able to try to scout around and see what his opponent is doing. Looks like he might try for something pretty crazy here. Getting that really quick kind of gas. So Depth is gonna shade across. Everything is looking pretty, like I said, pretty standard. Alright, Reaper's gonna come in, gonna get a pro kill. This is very nice. And see Depth makes his way across here. Alrighty, so far gonna have another Banshee opener here from KauP. Try to get in, try to get some damage done. Now there are quite a bit amount of stalkers so far, so I don't think that they'll do too much. But KauP has been doing a pretty good job with them, trying to make sure he doesn't overextend too much. Blink is on the way as well for our Protoss player, and everything's looking fairly well so far. With these tanks coming out, I mean, those have really been kind of the game changer in these series, besides those Liberators. Just really just making sure that, you know, he has that protection if he needs it. Reaper will eventually die there, and Banshee Cloak is now done. Banshee is coming in here trying to get some kills, trying to get something, but with the shield battery there, not going to be able to get too much done. Oh, it's barely able to survive there. Third base does go down. for Light. So we're looking to macro up behind this, and I mean, he's got good reason to. He hasn't really lost a terrible amount. He is a little behind, but you know, a couple of warp ins, he should be okay. Alrighty, so very nice engagements there. Able to clear up the tanks and really kind of throw KauP back down. What's that attack? So looks like, you know, Light's in an okay position. He's not in a you know, dominant position, but he definitely is ahead right now, I would say. He's got E-base going on, is KauP, as well as he's got a third coming down, but already you know, Light's been on a third base. So everything, you know, looking pretty good. There's only one tank that is out. It's not sieged up yet, so if he can get on top of that tank, he'd be okay. He is trying to look around and see, you know, is there a third base? What is going on here? And you know, it's got a good spot for warp-ins, additional gateways as well. So looks like he is going to come in here. He's going to come in with the charge. Going to try to blink back, but looks like he is going to be able to do that with that Raven there as well. Throwing down those turrets, you know, trying to set this back with Light in a fairly good spot. You know, really trying to limit the income here from our his Terran foe. Stim almost done now, 2 seconds away from finishing, and that's when this is really going to start, you know, kind of fading back. But with Stim being done, he should be okay. Blink is done, so he could potentially just warp on top of this, but does not look like he is willing to go the distance yet. Additional warp ins of Zealots coming through, and now that these tanks are kind of back, the Marines and stuff are forward, he should be able to get this cleaned up pretty quickly. Their base is down now, and probes or SCVs trying to go through, but there are a lot of stalkers, a lot of zealots here, and try to get on top of this, but the tanks not even sieged up at the moment, not able to do too much. Blinking forward with the stalkers, gonna be able to get both the tanks. Will eventually get cleaned up here. Oh, does get the tank, gets the Raven as well, and now there's just some Marauders, some Marines left. One tank does pop out, and it's going to start trying to help push with this, but it's going to be met with a bunch more stalkers and a disruptor, and now Light in a phenomenal position, going to start working on this third as well, and try to get that and get these SCVs, and now Light just in a dominant position right now. As long as he doesn't overextend, doesn't try to commit fully to this, or he just doesn't throw his units away, he should be in an okay spot. Disruptor making his way up, try to shoot off here. Does get 2 kills already, so he's in a fairly decent position. Lots of Zealots are coming in here though, and there's not a whole lot here. The probes have been, or the SCVs have been pulled. The Zealots charging forward do get demolished here. Nice disruptor shots go off as well. He could potentially blink on top of these two, but does not look like he wants to risk it. So we'll set back, but 15 SCVs have gone down, and now Light still in a very good position. KauP does have the army count, but
doesn't just have enough here. The Zealot's going to charge forward. The Zealot, or the Stalker's going to blink on top of the tanks, going to take them both down. And now there's just no tank coverage. Plus the Disruptor shots do go off once again. 6 more kills. 23 probes have gone down. And KauP is fighting for his life here. Zealot's warping in. KauP trying to pull out of this, trying to get on top of this, and try to shut down this warp-in location. But he is just having a tough time of it. It looks like he might have made a little bit of leeway here. Disruptor shots going off. Not able to make any connections there, but able to, you know, kind of push us away for the time being as he gets some more warped in here. So he isn't able to warp in, but he is going to try to go around here. Disruptor shots will try to force us back for the time being. And this is just back and forth at this point. Will eventually force Light to kind of retreat. Seeing that his opportunity might be nigh, he is going to start trying to get on top of this. But with Stim, with +2, this is just a scary force to have to deal with. Light sitting back. He is going to start warping in some more units, starting to get his army back together. He knows he's in a decent position. He's ahead in bases. He actually has a 4th base up now. He's able to really kind of produce, really kind of force this army. But he's got to be careful he doesn't just lose this. More Zealots and another warp-in point on the way. He needs to get this base going. KauP trying to do everything he can. A couple of Disruptor shots. Not the best, but he does get some kills. Gonna start getting on to this. Stimming forward with those Marines. Not going to be able to get connections. Forcing out these little engagements while the Disruptors, you know, trying to shoot. Trying to get what they can. A couple of Siege tanks are going to end siege here. As the Adepts get on top of this, going to try to force some engagements here from KauP. This is really nice. Going to blink forward, going to take out one of those tanks, and this is exactly what Light needs. He doesn't need to just fully engage us, but just kind of pick off those tanks, and he should be okay. Try to wrap around here, and oh no, this could be devastating here. He's going to try to sandwich this army in. Stalkers are going to go in. The charge lot's going to swarm forward, blinking back, letting those charge lots go in. The tanks are going to go down. The Marines trying to stutter step back, as well as the Zealots. The Disruptor's going to shoot off, going to start taking out everything. There are hardly anything here. GG will be called, and Light going to take the victory there, and the $50 prize pool. GG's. Got a messy diaper. He's just so distraught. So, but GG, great series altogether. Went the distance, went to game 9, and that's what we like to see. We like to see that back and forth, that action pack, those strategic points, and all of that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to Light on your victory. All of that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go take care of him, get him all settled down, maybe try to get a little bit of sleep before I got to work tonight, and all of that. If you guys want to see some more great StarCraft action, you can always follow me on twitch.tv at Gravity620. We actually have a clan war tomorrow night. It's going to be Psionic Aftermath versus the Risen Community. Should be pretty good. It's going to start at 4 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So you do not want to miss that at all. And without further ado, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. And we will see you guys next time.